So that is going to do it for the news. Let's go ahead and jump into the big thing here, which I'm sure all of you have been more than excited for, and we've been making enough of a hullabaloo on it. Mindless Gonzo.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, so for those of you who don't know who Mindless Gonzo is, really quickly, he is a YouTuber who actually does a lot of. He does a lot more than I expected. I'll be honest, right off the bat, the big thing that I was told was he does Princess Molestia, or the basically
Yeah.
he voice acts the Princess Molestia blogs while they still existed.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I went to check out his site, see all of the fun things that he does, and he does a lot more. But I could talk about that for quite some time and probably not scratch the surface. So I'll let him talk about it a little bit.
I just do a lot of stuff.
Hmm.
Jack of all trades, master of none. I just keep it varied because it's like, well, I got into ponies, but I'm like, I got a lot of other interesting stuff to share too. So why not share it?
Yep, I could definitely appreciate that. Of course, even us here at the Brony Show, we do everything from Let's Plays to ponies to Let's Play. We really don't do all that much else, do we? No,
Uh, we
no.
do have our
We do have
we
a
do.
show where someone reads fics
I
with a crew.
I know. I'm just teasing him, but yeah, we do a lot of different stuff. Granted, a lot of it is tied into ponies, but we also do a lot of other things. So we could definitely appreciate that, though. It's really amazing how many you've done. Actually, I only, as I mentioned, I just scraped the surface, and there was a lot to scrape.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, Silent. Could you go ahead and
All right, Gonzo. Truth be told, I've been wondering what actually made you. I've been actually wondering this since I was in high school when I first discovered you. What actually made you wanted to do the Princess Molly blogs?
But it wasn't really much, really. Tried to start doing voice acting, just reading off of comics in college around 2008 and 9. And I was still continuing that despite dropping out. I lived with my parents for a while, and then having to get help with setting up to live on my own. Uh, while I was living with a friend, while I was getting set up for an apartment and receiving SSI benefits, I ended up coming across that one Fluttershy freakout. Uh, I hope you know what I'm talking about.
I think I
The very
recall it.
the very early trying to remember Galloping Gala. There we go.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you're gonna love her.
Yeah, I ended up encountering that, and then I ended up finding out that there are comics made, and I thought, well, since I like ponies, since I started to like this show, I might as well just try to do it. And since I've been trying to hone in my skills, I thought, well, I might as well apply what I've learned from dubbing just random comics on the internet into ponies, and that's pretty much how it happened.
Hmm.
Yeah, I also know that you also redone them with using Mimji as the voice actress for Celestia. How did you two actually meet?
How did I what now?
How did you actually meet Mimji? Well, when you redone
Um,
the comics.
well, I haven't redone the comics with MJ. I only have her for like one episode, and then I couldn't even contact her anymore. But I ended up encountering her because one of the things I did was a podcast called a mini arcade show that it lasted for a while, and we managed to get MJ on, and that's how I ended up being aware of things. And yeah, it's not it's not as complicated as people think it is. some of the people I have working with and made friends with, some of it's mostly by accident.
Okay. Well, one thing I do want to ask, do you, are there any big projects that you're actually working on right now? Any massive ones that are that you're particularly excited for?
The thing that is currently on hold right now is the because I managed to come across a complete gallery, the final several dozen posts of Princess Molestia. It's currently on like the way back burner for reasons.
Oh, I
Procrastination being one of them.
actually I think I know which one you're referring to, and let me see if I can actually find the link to that. I stumbled. Oh yeah, there was actually not a way back burner one, but somebody apparently created like an Ask Princess Molestia archive that has everything that was ever created for it.
Yeah, there was also a gallery uploaded to uh, ehentai.org or something like that.
Not surprised by that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. So you found the archive of the remaining ones and are going and pretty much going to try to flesh out the remainder of the Princess Molestia Ask blogs.
Pretty much.
Hmm.
Once I get the motivation to do so.
Hmm. Has it been a little hard to I've noticed some of the Princess Molestia videos kind of got hit with a couple of blocks here and there due to well-meaning people as well as some copyright content. Is that
Uh,
some of the things that you're having to kind of work through at the moment?
oh yes. Well, the oldest one was indeed because I forgot to censor something, and I forgot what it was, and I didn't bother to go back and look at it. So I was like, fine, I'll see where else hosts. And then there was the sudden surprise of me getting a few comments saying, "Hey, why is the audio muted on Princess Molestia 7? And why was the audio muted on Blue Mr. Rarity 1 and Redubbed 1?" And I ended up finding out that Beggars, the record label behind the cult, decided to mute them for a while. Decided to mute the videos for a while because of use of the songs.
Yeah.
Twilight's
I had to back those up on Vidme.
Yeah, I know your pain there all too well. There's so many Brony show episodes that are pretty much blocked because of PMVs we played or whole episodes, and now we're on like a split between YouTube and VidMe at this point.
The full episodes I understand, but PMVs.
Oh,
Uh,
the
You have
PMVs
no
are
idea.
the PMVs are a
I
little
know
bit.
what the PMV is. It's just are some people actually like trying to like copyright their copyright a video they made with someone else's materials?
Well, they're
No,
not
it's
trying to
mostly
copyright it. No,
companies.
it's the actual music that they use to make the PMV that gets the copyright hits
Uh,
most of the time.
well, that's also a
And a lot
goddamn
of
bummer.
them from like the early 100 episodes, a lot of those PMVs are either gone or you can't find them anymore. So that's the only recording of them.
Well, that's a whole nother case there. And admittedly, I get the point why they did it. It's just irritating beyond belief at some cases, though. But I get your pain with having to deal with YouTube copyrights and blocks and breaks and all sorts of weirdness.
Oh, it's just a pain in the ass, especially
yeah.
recently. I ended up starting to go into a different kind of cringe compilation video where instead of just all the random cringe that you can find and then compiled in a video just like that, like thousands of other people have done, we actually react to them and put in our own opinions and views um, pertaining to the cringe. And many of them sometimes get copyright strikes. I remember one ended up being completely taken down because the person we were commenting on we believed wasn't very thrilled about it being, critiqued that way.
Yeah.
Boy, was it a pain in the ass.
Yeah, some people can't take criticism.
Nope. Silent, do you want to go ahead and jump in?
I'm trying to think of another question, but go ahead.
All right. Okay. Well, there was one thing I heard mentioned. Apparently you're on Radio Molly. Is that correct? Or
Yes, I am.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your shenanigans with Radio Molly then?
Well, part of hang on. There we go. A little bit of a sniffle here. I'm pretty much the news desk with Radio Molly, and I just pretty much I read out the news for Molly and the others to comment on, and sometimes we'll talk about it, and sometimes we'll just go straight to like interacting with people, having them call up, come onto Discord, send emails, voicemails, whatever.
Sounds like a little bit of just random shenanigans on a podcast.
To a degree, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll feel right at home here.
Yeah.
Trust me, we go off the rails about once every 5 minutes if he's allowing it.
Well, ain't the first time.
Nah, it is not. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, I do apologize. It's been forever since we had done an interview, and we're kind of scrambling here. So.
Here's one. Have you noticed the difference between people who just found Princess Molestia and are coming back and finding it again?
Have I seen any difference? Well, at least I'm not spammed with comments. The difference between my dubbing work and the Radio Molly show is at least with the comment section, it's rarely asking for Molly when they know that there is no Molly to ask, and I am not the person who be drawing that shit. I mean, people have been saying that I was the one that draw the Princess Molestia Tumblr, but I keep telling people and they keep ignoring it. Jesus, it's like annoying as hell. And I continuously getting comments asking, "Hey, Molestia, what do you think about this, or what do you think about that?" And it happened even long after the blog went away, and it's like, why?
Yeah, I believe I kind of was guilty of this for the first few months when I started watching you. Because I actually thought you were the author and just started to do like a comic dub of your own stuff.
That would be kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Narcissistic, maybe?
Maybe. I think that's it.
I don't know.
I would not be surprised simply because we do have some narcissism in this fandom, but everyone does.
To a degree, yeah.
Yeah. Though personally, I wish I did have the art skills to actually do something like Ask Princess Molly. That would have been freaking awesome. That'd be awesome for me, but. Alright. Well, there is one question we have here in our chat room, and I think I might as well throw it out there. Apparently, it looks like you've done a little bit of trolling with a
True Capitalist Radio.
Yeah, we'll go with it. Yeah.
Well, the podcast has been extensively trying to troll Ghost. I managed to at least give it a shot and troll him once. Well, I'm not so sure if it's the definition of trolling. I just simply called up and asked for an order of cupcakes, crack flavored.
It's better than most. But,
Yeah. Oh well, it took me a while just to realize I gotta freaking push one to be in the queue.
Okay, well, I guess I does throw one question out at me that I've always kind of wondered about because this was a big thing in the Brony community since I've been in it, and I never really understood it altogether. But why troll this guy anyway? Or do you have any idea why that might be?
Well, I've listened to this guy's podcast just to wait and see wait for the opportune time to at least catch my boss's recordings when she decides to stroll up a few covers just out of spite. And God, is this guy just egotistical and sociopathic? Oh my God, I would just want to just blah, just end it there. And then all of a sudden he started bringing up politics, and he's so Republican and almost so right winged. I felt my blood fucking boiling. I felt like the urge to just fucking put either myself out of my misery or put this guy out or something. Because holy shit, this guy has some extreme views. And when you're dealing with someone like that, you just like, instead of trying to argue with this guy who will probably throw you off as like a whiny liberal, you might as well just go being a troll terrorist and troll him with splices of things that he would never say and just absurd things and make him rage.
If you can't out argue him, just drive him over the edge.
Just, yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to be a sadist or a masochist or
it's masochist if he likes the pain.
Yeah. Well, likes being miserable.
Well, I think that's enough in the rage train there. Silent, you got anything there or?
I'm still drawing blanks.
Okay. Well, you should probably stop drawing him. He kind of looks funny. Anyway, sorry.
I was about to say maybe he should start drawing you instead.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, blinked mind.
But I'm almost done with the special eyes.
Yeah, we actually have I have a co-host by the name of Blinked Mind who isn't here today. So when anybody's drawing blanks, we just have to rag at it. Well, I do see a few videos here that are fanfic readings. Is there any special thing that you do to select on fanfics, or are there any special fanfics here that you did a reading on just because you really liked them, or because of some weird random drawing that we're probably better off not knowing about?
No, not really. It's mostly spur of the moment, especially with ones where I host the stream live and let the Inverted Shadow read it, because he probably would I would know about drawing, but I know he picks a fanfic he thinks he's neat and he wants to read it to my fans, and I'm like, okay, give me a time and date and we'll do it. And nothing really special goes into it. Most of it is improvised with titles that we thought would look interesting. I especially try to push out though one fanfic that I thought would be nice, and just because I thought somebody else would cover it. I followed Webcake VA for a while, but she likes Suns. She likes Sequester Girl. She likes The Dazzling. She likes Sunset. And I was surprised she didn't do this one fanfic called Sunlight Squared, and I tried that. I tried it on the Radio Molly show, but things got interrupted and things went straight to hell. And then I hosted it on my own, and the reading lasted for over 3 hours, and I was straining and lightheaded at the time.
Yeah, I've been hearing from the guys that y'all said it was the worst thing that y'all read so far. How bad?
There are worse readings than that. At least this story had some grammar and spelling and all that nice stuff. Well, some of the worst fanfics I read, there were incoherent, jumbled messes that might as well have been compiled from a bunch of Trump's Twitter messages. But
so, are we talking about a possible half pony, full pony consequences fanfic reading?
No, I haven't heard. I haven't heard of such a thing like that.
Well, I mean, not literally that, but just among just the actual absurdity of language and how crazy it sounds, and just trying to do it in a serious epic voice.
Not in a serious epic voice, but
Uh,
just something we just winged it, I guess. And if people like it, people like it.
mm. Any particular fanfic readings that you're really proud of?
Mostly just short ones.
The ones that don't take 3 hours and you feel like you're about ready to die afterwards.
Yes.
Mm.
One of the ones that I sadly cannot remember very well. I remember reading. Um, wh- uh, oh, now my mind's drawing a blank again. Shit. Um, there was this one fanfic where it's like a little bit of Applejack and Rarity fluff that's sooner or later became a little more romantic and more explicit. I do remember that I felt very, very, uh, well, I can't say horny because that's not the way I felt, but I remember
Oh.
really liking it because it was just a gradual build up of story and emotion, and it was a really good fanfic, and I enjoyed it.
Mm. Okay, well, here's an interesting question, actually, from our chatters here. Do you read a lot of fanfics?
Sadly, no.
Oh, so you just kind of cherry pick a few from suggestion then, or just a few that kind of catch your eye there and you manage to read them?
On occasion, and other instances, it's mostly an inverted shadow who wants to come on and read him,
It's,
and whatever fancies him.
right, right, yeah. The inverted shadow is usually the one reading it, not yourself. I see.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
fact,
right.
yeah, in fact, when I archived and made most of the readings available, I believe he was the large. I believe he made up a very large chunk of the MP3s that I ended up having to convert from and have them available for download.
Hmm. 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 Okay.
Hang on, I'm thinking to myself.
No problem.
Hey, keep going.
Okay. Silent, do you have anything over there?
Yeah, for right now, all my questions, my two questions that I had off the top of my head are good.
All right then. Well, why don't we go ahead and let's go into a few silly questions here. Like I said, it's been forever since we've done an interview here, but we do have a few standard questions that we always have to ask our interviewees, or we've had it, and I guess we'll have to revive that now. So let me get a little bit of dust off of these cards here. Oh, good, they're laminated. Okay. First big question: if you had a choice, and this was the biggest choice you could ever make, would you go with cupcakes or muffins?
Cupcakes. I'm more of a sweet tooth kind of guy.
Hmm. And now for the silly question, I don't even remember where this actually came from. Would you say chimichurri or chimichanga?
I rather not. Sorry, I'm not very fond of Pinkie Pie as of late, so.
Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. All right.
The old memories come back.
Well, that's what we try to do. Anyway, we do have a few questions here in our chat room that I don't know if you might mind answering them. It looks like they're a little bit on the random side.
All right, I'll read them out.
Go for it.
All right, from Awesome Brony. His first question is, what is your favorite Brony music artist and animators?
I haven't dove into much Brony music because I rather prefer, actual music that I've heard and listened to publicly, like a lot of classic rock, a lot of um, uh, pop, a lot of old pop music from 80s, 90s, early 2000s and stuff like that. So can't really definitively say if I have a Brony musician.
Mm.
Animator wise, I haven't seen much, so um, I can't really answer that very efficiently either. So,
All right, from DM12, who is your favorite characters on MLP?
oh, I like Fluttershy and Rarity, and I also have a thing for Miss Harsh 22. So,
Hmm.
We notice.
Yeah.
some of you have noticed. I also kind of like Sunshine Shimmer too. So,
Mm.
Also, it's really easy to say sun shit simmer.
Sun shit. Oh, come on.
Yeah, even I
like
felt that was a low blow, man.
That was a bit of a stretch. I know some people don't like her for some weird, strange reason, but
Oh, come
I
on, you
like
gotta
her.
love the bacon hair.
Of course, I love
Of course
bacon
I
hair.
do.
I'm just saying that sometimes you say it too fast, you get an I and E mixed up.
Hmm. Okay, let's see. Well, here's an interesting one then, kind of offshoot. Who is best pony?
I feel like Rarity should be best pony.
Hmm.
Oh, thank you, CMC. Potty cannon or base cannon?
Oh, right, the third question.
I'm not fond of either because I'm not fond of dubstep, and loud noises hurt my ears already. And I've already developed tinnitus because as a kid, I ended up growing up near a very busy railroad line, and with trains passing by it daily, I've already screwed up my hearing. So
That I
I'm not
definitely.
fond of either of those two.
Oh, I can feel you there. Okay, actually, here's a question I'm going to ask, and then I'm actually going to correct it because the first one is actually kind of hilarious. Okay, now, Mindless Gonzo, the world wants to know, how did you become an ebony gondola?
A what?
How did you become an ebony
That's what I
gondola?
was thinking too.
And
Ebony Gondola?
An ebony
Literally.
gondola. Sorry,
That's how a Brony got translated on a keyboard.
yeah, it got horribly mangled somehow to ebony gondola, but he's basically.
Oh, I think that was goddammit for the last part.
Yeah, but no, I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. It was a really silly question.
That is really silly. I don't even know how to answer to that.
Well, how about we actually ask the question he was intending to answer, without the autocorrect killing it. What is your Brony story or your pony story, as it were? Because some people don't like being labeled as bronies. I don't blame them in some cases, but what is your pony story? What got you into the My Little Pony fandom?
Well, as I said before, I was
right.
basically, yeah, I just was staying at a friend's house and I accidentally came across Fluttershy and I thought, well, might as well give this a shot.
Yeah, the
It was at a
Fluttershy.
time where I was like,
Jeez,
yeah,
Fluttershy. I'm sorry, you did answer that. Geez, so
yeah.
you got an autocorrect on a question already answered. Let's see.
What's your favorite MLP villain and the moment of the show?
I don't know, really.
Well, we're kind of low on villains at the moment.
Yeah,
I mean, what are only villains left?
I mean, we dealt with Discord. He's too loony. He's too psychotic. Sombra wasn't very much. Chrysalis posed an actual decent threat. I kind of admire that.
Twice.
Yeah,
actually,
twice.
Yeah.
Then you got Sunset Shimmer, who was just frustrated because, well, Celestia didn't hug her enough.
Yeah.
Then you got Starlight, who just decided to threaten everybody, making everybody equal, all because her childhood friend decided to be shipped off to magic school, and she didn't, which is
it's kind of a weird one there too. Yeah. I lost
Weren't
my
we
friend.
supposed to get a new villain circuit?
Well, we get the possibilities of new villains here soon, but yeah, I think the season 7 promise I got out of the comics didn't quite pan out, so I'm not sure what in the world was going on there.
There's supposed to be some sort of villain. I think it was a villain reveal during the whole announcements from the My Little Pony movie. I can't remember which one.
Oh well, yeah, there's that, but until we actually see if he actually does anything and is worthwhile, and yeah, right now
Yeah.
he just looks like a cantankerous old man, and for the moment.
For now, I guess Chrysalis will be a good villain. She did do something instead of look threatening and be silly.
All right. Let's see, and I think we covered a good chunk of things here. And the chat room is going back to repeat questions. Let's see here. Silent, do you have anything else at the moment, or?
Apparently, DM12 typed in, "How did you take Discord Reformation?"
I don't know what I honestly think about the Reformation. I got nothing.
Nah, I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think most people are just kind of on it. I mean, it was okay. Now we got a perma troll, which is okay, I guess.
Yeah,
But you gotta admit, that last season finale, that was kind of epic, and the simple fact that Discord couldn't solve it with a snap of his fingers was kind of good.
Well, I think we're pretty much scraped the bottom of the well here. So, real quick question I want to ask you are there any major big goals that you have for the future of your YouTube channel or for yourself in general that you're kind of excited for?
Well, for now, the only major goal is to not get under because some copyright or salty butthurt dude decides to take it down because, yeah.
Preaching to the choir, man.
And hopefully the apocalypse is over so you can get more views and more money.
Yeah, I have ad blocker and I'm not monetized, so it doesn't really affect me.
There you go.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, trust me, that's been me on some of my videos where they go like your video is not monetized because it holds content from these sources. Like, all right, I wasn't making money off to begin with.
Yeah, but I do have to draw the line at some of the groups if I don't know if they're if they sound remotely phony and it's for something that clearly wasn't theirs, then I draw the line there. I ended up deciding that on the secondary channel I post a full air check from a radio station who ended up covering the September 11th attacks relatively earlier than everybody else, and for some odd reason, some group named T3 Media Sports or something try to copyright a section of it for ad revenue purposes. I'm like, no, if I'm not making any money, you're not either. Besides, it was public domain. Besides, it was public anyway.
Yeah, I can see that being frustrating. All right, well, how about any final shout-outs here before we go ahead and let you go, or let you stay here and we go and do...
Even know. I don't even know who's in the chat.
Don't worry about the chat. Shout out anything you want. Literally anything. Anything you just want to shout out there for any reason whatsoever.
Shout out to my fan.
I was gonna say unless it's gonna get the Secret Service on you.
Shout out to my fans. I hope to see you at BronyCon if I can get the rest of the money and train tickets paid.
Gosh, now I just remembered the last question.
Okay, got time for you got time for one more question then, I guess.
Hey Gonzo, do you still plan on taking Molly to the prom?
Well, I gotta keep my word, considering that was the promise from that fundraising stream we did for a friend, Purple Tinker. So Yeah, we just gotta figure out what dance will be a good substitute for our prom.
Molly to the prom.
Long story short, it's a fucking running gag that eventually will have to be fulfilled one of these days.
Hmm. I am intensely curious, and I almost want to start digging for information on this here.
No need to dig any further. It's just simply that. It's a running gag that all of a sudden gained legs and is now pretty much uh, it's pretty much going to be a fulfilled prophecy once we figure out how the hell we work it.
Oh, Molly at a prom. You're either talking about a cosplayer dressed as Molly or a plushie of Molly.
My boss, Radio Molly.
That Molly. Oh, that Molly. Oh boy.
That yeah. I thought you
Oh
would know, but I guess you were assuming. I can't even afford a freaking plushie. I can't afford. This past month, I barely scraped by with food. How am I going to be able to afford a plushie at the moment?
Oh wow. Oh man.
A screw up happened, so I had this month that was a little bit rough.
Well, actually, I got to give you massive credit there. Having a rough time like that and actually doing fundraisers for other people. That takes a lot of heart.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. That does take a lot of heart, man. That's pretty awesome to hear about.
Yeah, it was headed by my boss, and I just participated as well, and I'll even throw in the whole "I'll take Molly to the prom" finally as an incentive to raise the rest of the money.
Mm. Yeah, that's awesome stuff, man. I'm glad we could go. I'm glad we could finish this interview on such an heartwarming note like that. That is awesome and silly, but awesome.
Hey, my first rodeo, at least.
Fair enough. All right, well, that will pretty much do it for our interview with Mindless Gonzo. Of course, you're more than welcome to join us for the rest of our shenanigans here for the evening. I don't even know what time it is anymore.
10:09 p.m.
Okay, we'll
my
go with
time.
that.
Yeah, same here.
No, I'm clear on the. I'm the only person in the world that's on the mountain coast. I swear. I'm not even on a
God,
coast. I'm mountain time.
You seem to be a strange person because the people I know are um, either California or here in Eastern Time Zone.
Exactly.
And
it's. I'm like
Hello
right
from
the.
Canada.
I only,
How are you?
I only know a few people. I got like I know a friend who used to date one of the artists for Radio Molly. This guy lives in Texas. I got a friend who I used to work with the old mini arcade show podcast. Lived in Oklahoma. I got made few artist friends in the Illinois state. Everything else either in Eastern Time Zone or all clustered in California.
Ah. It's crazy, isn't it? It's like there's only 5 people in the middle of the United States for some reason, and I'm one of them apparently.
I feel like I'm pretty much the only known person who is unfortunately in the state of Indiana, where there's corn and windmills and the Indy 500. I guess. Fuck if I know.
Yeah.
Try Kansas. We're famous for tornadoes and basically wheat.
Oh, I know. I follow the storm chasing community as part of a side hobby. You in Oklahoma, holy shit!
It's amazing that we even survive.
Why do I have a feeling you sound like Spaceballs whenever you're watching him? Suck. It's just like suck one of them up. Oh, there he goes. No.
Unfortunately, in that case, instead of suck, it's blowing.
Oh, it does blow to be in Kansas from time to time.
Okay. Like I said, that was a great way to end this interview here. Man. But yeah, you're more than welcome to just join us in the rest of our evening shenanigans here, or if you want to go ahead and head out.
Well, I got nothing better to do. I might as well stick around.
Okay, so we have Mindless Gonzo for the long haul. Everybody be very afraid. But as for the interview itself, be sure to check him out. Mindless Gonzo. Just YouTube his username, Mindless Gonzo. You can also search up Google Mindless Gonzo. You can also just start typing in random words. Maybe Google eventually pull it up. But yeah. I mean, he's got a lot of great videos here.
Yeah, I'm also reblogging mostly, well, smut on my Tumblr. So
Okay, follow the Tumblr with extreme caution.
yeah, Mindless Gonzo Jam.
But yeah, otherwise he's got a lot of great videos. Some of them are intriguing, to say the least. But they definitely look like a lot of fun.